What if the most sacred life in history had a chapter no one ever preached? Between age 12 and 30, the Gospels are silent about Jesus. No miracles, no teachings, no travels, just silence. But in the 19th century, a Russian explorer claimed to find something extraordinary in a Himalayan monastery, a manuscript describing Jesus' journey through India, Tibet, and beyond. A gospel no church recognizes. A Jesus no pulpit dares to explain. In this video, we follow the trail of the life of Saint Isa, the book that suggests Jesus studied with sages, preached among Brahmins, and returned transformed. If religious secrets, buried books, and forbidden history intrigue you, subscribe, like, and stay until the end. In 1887, a Russian explorer named Nicholas Notovich claimed he found something the world was never meant to see. While recovering from an injury at the Hemis Monastery in Ladakh, he said monks showed him a manuscript, ancient weathered, called The Life of Saint Isa. It described a young man from the West, born to a virgin, who left his homeland and journeyed east. This Isa studied the Vedas, challenged the caste system, preached compassion, and was nearly killed for defying the Brahmins. He then traveled to Tibet, where he learned the ways of the Buddha, before returning to the land of his birth. Notovich believed Isa was Jesus, and if he was right, it meant the missing years of the Gospels weren't empty. They were erased. The manuscript was never canonized. No council debated it. No pulpit referenced it. Instead, it was called a forgery, a lie. But what if it wasn't? According to the life of Saint Isa, Jesus, or Isa, didn't just travel through the East. He taught there. The manuscript describes him confronting the Brahmins over the caste system, insisting that all humans are equal before the divine. He spent time among the Sudras, the lowest caste, preaching that wisdom belongs to no class. He is said to have absorbed the teachings of the Vedas and embraced the doctrine of reincarnation. In Tibet, Isa reportedly studied Buddhist principles of detachment, compassion, and inner awakening. This version of Jesus doesn't perform miracles or declare himself the Son of God. Instead, he challenges injustice, promotes self-realization, and calls for spiritual liberation, a blend of teachings that mirrors both Eastern mysticism and early Christian ethics. If true, it paints a radically different portrait. Not a preacher waiting for crucifixion, but a seeker shaped by silence, travel, and ancient wisdom. And it leaves us asking, what did he really learn in those years? When Notovich published his account, the backlash was immediate. Church historians called it a fabrication. Scholars dismissed it as Orientalist fantasy. And yet, none could explain how a Russian nobleman fabricated Tibetan scripture without ever learning the language. No official investigation was launched. No monks were questioned. Instead, silence. The Vatican never commented on the manuscript. No theological body acknowledged its claims. And over time, the story faded into footnotes, a curiosity buried beneath layers of doubt. But some things are buried because they're false. Others because they're too disruptive. A Jesus shaped by the East doesn't fit the narrative. A gospel that teaches karma, reincarnation, and equality beyond dogma that rewrites more than theology. It rewrites identity. And perhaps that's why the church didn't refute the book loudly. It simply made sure no one talked about it. Notovich wasn't the only one. Throughout Asia, scattered accounts speak of a Western sage who came in peace, spoke in parables, and disappeared just as mysteriously. In some Buddhist oral traditions, a teacher from far away brings a message of unity before returning to his land. Sufi mystics in Persia hinted at a traveler from Jerusalem who reached the East in search of divine knowledge. And in Kashmir, legends tell of Yusuf, a holy man buried in Srinagar, who some believe was Jesus himself. His tomb exists. It's called the Rosa Bal Shrine. And for centuries, it's been the center of quiet speculation, guarded by tradition, ignored by history. These aren't proofs. They're echoes. But when the same story is whispered in temples, mosques, and monasteries, across languages, across time, one must ask, what memory are they trying to preserve? If Jesus did travel through India and Tibet, it doesn't just fill in a historical gap. It changes everything. It means the teachings we attribute to him, love for the outcast, detachment from materialism, spiritual discipline, may have been shaped by encounters with yogis and monks, not just desert prophets. It means Christianity and Eastern mysticism may not be opposites, but long-lost siblings. It also raises questions the church is not prepared to answer. Was the crucified Jesus also a meditating Isa? Was salvation taught in parables or in mantras? Most believers will never hear these questions in a sermon, but they echo quietly in the scrolls that never made it to canon. And if even a fraction of this story is true, then the Messiah of the West may have found his path in the East. If you enjoyed this journey into lost history and forbidden faith, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know, what mystery should we uncover next?